Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Thursday, December the 21st, 2023. Throne Thursday. Today we're pulling from the Game of Thrones tarot cards. We have the Eight of Wands. This has been a very strong presence in our life. Something coming out of the blue. I feel like changing. This could be like coin manifested energy, like, things coming out of the blue. We never do anything expecting anything in return. But, also be thankful for the blessings that come in. People don't have to be generous, at the end of the day, and it's just like, it's learning to be appreciative, your wording and show your appreciation and what it means to you. So I feel like it's just like, be mindful, write down your gratitude, write down the blessings, even if it's $2, like every single, big or small that comes in, it's just like, it's a blessing either way. I feel like the birds of the air are going to be significant for you. They're showing cardinals, the red cardinal, the male cardinal especially. So that may be significant to you. It could be an image, it could be a video, it could be an actual bird. So it's like, never take away the message of that. I feel like crows will also be significant. I know they're showing like minor messages coming in, but I feel like them flying across the air and like talking to each other, as they're flying. I feel like that's significant. The Ace of Coins, they're showing from Astrology Answers, and this is where they're saying, like, the pathway is clear. You're about to enter into this portal energy of this golden precipice. We're going into this golden era for some of us. The year of the dragon, 8, so infinity symbol. As things leave our life, better things are coming in. You probably could feel this. You could probably feel like you've outgrown this situation. You recognize the patterns that are in your life, so many years of this, and then this happens. So, or patterns of this happens, And I feel like it's just rewarding you for your faith. It's rewarding you for your love. It's rewarding you for the times that you did things, and you never took credit for it, or you didn't offer anything for it. And the universe is like, we see those things. We see what you do. We see how you are. We see how you act, how you react, how you share your blessings, I have to watch my wording where I'm just like, the universe blesses me, and I know they bless my hands to bless others. You know what I mean? And it's not me blessing them, it's the universe blessing them through me. You know what I mean? It's using me as a vessel, and I always say that when I, share my messages, channel images, channel messages, clairvoyance, clairaudience. It's like, because, we all are born with this. It's just like, what are we putting our energy into that? Are we really listening? Are we really absorbing what they're trying to tell us? This is where the fear comes in, because there is a lot of change going on. Some of us have fear getting together with loved ones. Some of us have fear how we're going to get through Christmas, because maybe there is an absence of a loved one, and it's just like, the universe has your back. You know what I mean? The way that I see it, it's a temporary separation. That is the most beautiful words I ever heard when I was healing in my journey, was that this is not permanent. This is a temporary separation until we're reunited again. There's another resurrection coming, but take that with whatever you will. But there is a decision to be made. You will be given a choice. Everybody keeps talking about it, and I feel like Bill Jackson on Tribal Trails talks about this. He goes, if you look through the passage of time, there has been many resurrections, and people have gone and left this world because they were meant for greater things. I definitely do believe. I keep saying this, and it came on my For You page. It's like, Ethiopia still follows a calendar that has 13 months. And I've been saying this for years. I said, I don't know why I feel this way, but I don't feel like the years doesn't start until January, February. Right around the Chinese Lunar New Year. I feel like that's when the year starts. And you know what I mean? I feel like because there is, from ancestries where it was more than 12 months. So, you know what I mean? Take that with what you will, So I that's where I feel very strongly about that, and it came on my For You page. The Ethiopian calendar still is 13 months, There must be another zodiac sign then, you know what I mean? Or there must be more than, there's probably 2 missing that we're not aware of, So this is where it's like, expand your mind, expand your knowledge, expand your wisdom, you know what I mean? I feel like in this uncertain time, like, as that change is taking place, claim back, fear, worry, and doubt. Say, you have no place for me here. It took me, I had to deal with some shadow side, I'm a visual learner. So with me, with like visually, like if I see things, I'm like, it gives me anxiety, and I'm just like, it will get done. because I am determined. I had to stop, working out. I am doing a lot of physical things, but you know what I mean? It's just like, I just don't have time for it right now, Like, even with Hanukkah last week, I'm just like, oh my gosh. I would completely forget about it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to do Hanukkah. I would stop everything I was doing and get it done, That's just who I am, and that's what I believe in. So, it's like, let's get this done and keep going, We have the Sun card, this golden precipice, the dragon error, things leaving our life, things coming into our life, this change and transformation. This is where I was like, you're going to see the shift where, things that you've been manifesting, and I feel like it's still coming in. I know it's like, technically today is the 19th. You know what I mean? I feels like the year is over, but I feel like there is still time for things to come in. You know what I mean? I feel like you will still see that. I feel like it's like, take time to celebrate yourself. You know what I mean? And the fact that how much you've changed and transformed. For me, it was like showing how much universe does truly play a part in my life, and the fact that, like, I was like, how I communicate with them. Can you please give me guidance in this? Can you please give me, messages? They would send channel messages. They would send channel numbers. They would actually, clear our audience, where they would be like, just, leave it alone, and they were totally on. And I'm like, all right. So when that other situation came on, and they're just like, nope, don't, cross their face. And then there was a stop sign. I'm like, nope, you got to listen to spirit. This has gone on too far. That's it, And it's just like, I have to listen, whatever they say, whatever they want to happen here is what's going to happen. I've made too many, I don't, not too many, but I've made missteps in this journey. And, my decisions affect my kids, and I don't ever want to let my kids down, So I feel like with this one, it's like they already had it. That like something you really wanted is happening in 7 weeks time. And I was just like, okay, you know what I mean? And it's just like to the date, 7 weeks time for everything, This is why I write everything down. And then I go back and I write what happened. So I can visually see where they're telling me things and it happens. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's why they're like, don't complain. I'm like, oh. Poor Sonny. Poor son. So 7/27, that might be significant to you. I feel like celebrating of how far you come. And it's like, with me, it's just like, with Dolores, it's like learning how to talk to our past loved ones, like, sit there and that have transformed. Like, can you help me do this? Can you help me bring in that? Like, can you help bring knowledge into this? I was saying to the universe that I'm like, I'm done being a surrogate. I've mentally healed myself, and now I would naturally like to heal myself. Like, I've carried my children by the grace of Yahweh and Yeshua. I was a surrogate 4 times, 3 times for kids, and it's just like, I would like to heal myself naturally. That's where Barbara O'Neill comes in, telling me, castor oil and, sitting there and heal naturally that way. Make sure you're really, really pay attention to what Barbara O'Neill says. But I will tell you, someone that is cycled with castor oil, wait until a week until you're completely stop cycling, not even wiping and there's anything completely gone. Then start your castor oil again. A week before you're going to cycle, even if you're like myself and you get delayed a bit, stop it so that way you don't have such a harsh cycle. If you're like myself and you're a particular age, that you're getting really, painful periods and everything like that, especially if you've had your tubes tied. It's just like it made it worse, unfortunately. But you can get wild yams cream. Barbara O'Neill will tell you exactly where to get it from Australia. I get mine off of Amazon because that's where I buy it from, and I share that knowledge with other women because I love Barbara O'Neill. She is a woman of God. I didn't know that when I came across her, but it's also the fact that she's like, it's not for me to keep. She could charge for this information, and she doesn't. But that is the great thing about, getting this information is that don't be a gatekeeper and share it with others. That's what we're supposed to be for, a vessel to share to help bring the light. If we can stop one other person from suffering, why not? It's natural. It calms your hormones. You don't have to sit there and, go to our doctor. You're in pain. You're suffering. Let me give you something for it. But it ends up poisoning us and we end up getting the big C. So instead of, let's knock that out. You know what I mean? We have to go back to the ways of our ancestors and more natural ways. You know what I mean? I understand doctors are there to help us, and this is what they are trained. You know, you give this, but the reaction is that. So we need to start healing ourselves more naturally, you know, so we can take care of ourselves, you know? And I feel like that's where it's just like, this is where the universe is working with you. It's like, you know, even with my anxiety, you know, Barbara O'Neill came past my For You page. You know, you're coming past anxiety, go outside and get some fresh air. Sit there and start laughing, you know? And that was the biggest thing for me after Shane transformed was, you know, watching Wendy being shady, and it made me laugh. You know what I mean? I miss her so much, you know? And it's just like, you know, that's what gave me relief for an hour of the day, that just turned off my mind, you know? I feel like with the Emperor and the King of Coins, this is where we're going into our strong masculine side. I feel like this is the Emperor. They are showing up for sale with a home and it's sold. So you may be buying a home. So maybe this is where you're in the final closing stages of this. I do see, like, you know, this is where the Emperor is like, you know, bravery, courage, strength, resilience, embracing your fire side, leave behind all fear, worry, and doubt. But I also feel like that leadership, that, you know, this is very Chariot on the highest with the Six of Wands, where it's magnified. And I feel like you, with determination and dedication, you will be the victor wearing the wreath. You are determined. You know, Jon Snow was killed in the Game of Thrones, and he refused to die. They brought him back to life. And I feel like it's like you refuse to lay down. You refuse to take no. You refuse to accept situations for what they are because you know you're destined for greater. You could just feel it in yourself. You could feel when you've outgrown situations, and you know that you've recognized the patterns in your life where it's just like, you know, they were highlighting that with me and Shane when we were building our life together. You know, it's like this, and then we moved here, and then we lived there for so long, and we got these opportunities, and then we were able to do this. You know what I mean? And this is where the universe is saying, do the same thing. You know, and this is where they gave me that encouragement. Like, girl, light that pilot light back in you. The pilot light was blown out. Now we're relighting it. And now it's a flame. It's broiling, you know, because we're determined. Because that fire and passion has been lit in us again. You know, it was 2019. It was like, I sat there and it's just like, I refuse to live in this energy and accept this for what it is. I refuse to have my children live with a shell of a mother, you know? And that's what freaking got me off my butt and determined and changed everything around. I don't like a situation. I will not accept this as the solution or the answer. Then I'm going to be determined. And, you know, they saw that determination. They blessed me in ways they knew what I could handle, you know? And that's why even in this situation, I'm like, you know, they think, I'm like, I can't handle no more. This is enough. You know what I mean? Because it was like, okay, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, really? I'm like, can we stop with the, and there's this? I said, I can't take no more. Like, I was like blunt. I'm like, I cannot take no more. You know, I had this, and then there was this, and then there was this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? You know? But I feel like this is where it's just like embracing that, you know? The King of Coins, I feel like till February 1st, I know you may be getting a lot of financial blessings right now. Dianu. That means so thankful. But it's just like, at the same time, I feel like they're like watching your coin. Be frugal. There's a lot of amazing deals right now. I am so tempted. You know what I mean? But it's just like, you know, we got to be frugal. It's going to be a colder winter if you're in an area that has winter. You know, you've had some tastes of it. You know, so it's just like, you're going to have to watch that. You're going to have to sit there and watch your coin, is what they literally just said. You know, you may need snow removal. You know, you may not be able to remove this yourself, or you're like myself where you're so busy you just don't have time to do it. You know, so it's like you may have to get someone to do it for you. You have to pay for it, you know. So it's just like, you know, watch that. Especially like if you're like myself where this change has come and it's just like, you know, where they're telling me like, you know, okay, this is happening, but you're still going to have to pay an increment of that. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just like keep saving it, you know, and when the coast is clear, you know what I mean? When it's safe to do so, to proceed forward, then go buy yourself something. I'm not saying don't buy yourself nothing, but I'm just saying just watch your spending. Like, I know they have fabulous deals. Buy one, get one free, 70% off, 90% off, free shipping if you order over this much. I know it is so tempting, you know, but it's just like, be really cautious with that. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, I feel like you will have money left over. I feel like you'll be okay, but I feel like it's just like, it's so easy just to tap, tap, tap. And then you're like, damn, I didn't realize I spent that much. And it's like, yeah, because we got a little carried away, So it's just like, be, you know, mindful of that. But I definitely am getting, like, with determination and dedication, you will be the victor wearing the wreath. You know what I mean? I feel like by February 1st, you will start to see that, like, things will start to, you know what I mean, calm down, and it's just like back to the order of business. But I feel like, so you don't struggle through January, or you're just like, you're anxious. I feel like, you know, to take away this anxiousness, I feel like that's where they're just like, be a little mindful, you know? Be mindful of how much you tap, 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 because it's like, you know, what's going to happen? What's the turnaround for that, you know? So just be really mindful of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Thursday, December the 21st, 2023. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.